Let's go, baby!
We are a surprisingly modern state. Last time I did this poem outside of town, I got given a little bit of shit afterwards, just as context. This is not meant in any sort of offense to anybody, religious group, yada yada yada. This is a dedication to an ex-lover in the best friend.
What about? Rip it, poet.
I used to know this girl. And as cliche as that sounds for the opening of a poem, let me repeat. I used to know this girl. You see, when I was born, my parents gave me a name in hopes that it would be polished to a T. You know what? That's okay. It was the mold I tried to fit anyway. Hers. Started with the K, backbone straight, one fist raised, always at least one step ahead of me. I guess you could say, well, she was my crucifixation. She's strong. The only shoulders I know that can steady the weight of my world on one side, all the while juggling soccer practice, journalism, homework, and metabolism's daily. She was the first to stand up in my head was ever too heavy to hold high for itself. The last to raise her hand, if asked a question, until one day I asked her what's wrong, and she said, you know, Thomas, my kind of Christ doesn't come posed in full glory. You can't just dress me with your bald heads. You have to prove that you can still hold me. Make sure your arms are never closed, but get your backbone straight.
Come on.
Tooth and nail for redemption. God damn it, Thomas, don't be hung up. I told her, I've already told you this. You know that I'm a repeat user. You can see relapse written across the trenches I've dug in my hands. For the longest time, I've kept freedom, and all who oppose it, waging war and writing treaties.
See you, baby.
Simply because I like the taste of two talented liars.
Come on.
I'm sorry. This won't happen again. True to bad habits. This conversation is nothing if not anticipated. Trust me. I put this record on repeat way before it was released. You know it.
Nice.
It's starting to freeze. Heaven might have rusty gates. The keys been misplaced and Peter is nowhere to be found now. Do you still wonder why I've spent more time praying to ceiling fans than to any father who can't look his own son in the eye? I've spent all my 3 days, 40 nights, fasting myself due to the stress of fasting myself. What? Stress.
Let's
and
go.
my ribs are nothing more than a frame to stretch blank canvas across, writing more poetry than prophecy. I've intentionally forgotten to ink my own words in red, so maybe she'll forget that it's her Savior speaking, and take the words for what they have to say, and love them for what they're worth, rubbing them in her wounds like the grains of salt she'll have to take them with. I've told her, I am no son of God. More likely the result to Mary sleeping around, but don't let that single miracle these muscles can muster. Instead of healing the blind toll free, I plan on making the deaf work for it. I told with religion. I don't claim divinity over normalcy, and I can give a shit less what you do on your Sundays. I wasn't trying to convert anybody.
Come on.
I was just trying to play safe.
Ooh.